Meet our think tank. They've answered hundreds of general knowledge questions under exam conditions before the show. Their answers are in, but how helpful will they be to the three contestants? Playing the game are Sarah, a primary teacher from Glasgow, Sean, a police sergeant from Archiston and Murray, and Sandra, a retired customer services manager from Biggin Hill in Kent. This is Think Tank. Welcome to the show. Welcome, as ever, to our think tank, a mix of everyday people with different strengths and weaknesses. If our contestants are struggling on the arts today, then maybe they could turn to Peter, who attends the Leeds Film Festival every year, or our resident bookitarian Max, who would come in handy with any tricky literature questions. All three contestants will seek to use this group's knowledge to their advantage. And welcome to you all. Sarah, you're a primary school teacher. What sort of age kids are you teaching?
I've got a primary 5 just now, so those children are all just kind of turning 10.
What's it like trying to keep an unruly bunch of children under control?
On a day-to-day basis, it's pretty tough work.
Yeah, tell me about it. An unruly group of children over here.
Oh,
there you go. And how do you instill discipline at that age?
Tone of voice can help sometimes. I'm a little bit sing-songy, but if I go, right!
Ooh! You made Len jump.
I hope I don't need to do that too often.
Yeah, you might have to with one or two of these if they give you the wrong answer. OK. In your spare time, what do you like to do?
Oh, I love going to gigs, going out watching live music, or staying in watching films, things like that.
OK, lovely to have you with us.
Thanks.
Sean, you're a police sergeant, so you maintaining law and order in Archiston.
Oh, I'll certainly try and do that where I can.
You must have been tempted once or twice to say something like, "You're nicked."
Perhaps.
When you're not keeping the streets safe for us all, what do you like to do?
Well, I've got 4 children, so my time's fairly busy as it is, looking after my kids. When I'm not looking after the kids, I love to relax with a good book.
Oh, that's great. Of course, police officers, we know, are upstanding members of the community, but even they can have accidents, I suppose.
Oh, they can indeed. Certainly a few years ago, we spent Hogmanay in the Highlands and was in a house with an open fire, and it so happened I tripped over, spilt my glass of whiskey on the open fire, which caused quite a large fire, ultimate amount of fire, singed my hair and eyebrows. Had to get an emergency haircut on New Year's Day to sort out the issues.
And you got your eyebrows back again?
Yes.
OK. No naked flames in here, so I think you're right. Or tumblers of whiskey, so we'll all be safe, I hope. Anyway, your strongest subjects are likely to be what?
A big fan of television, particularly science fiction, so I think that could be quite a good subject, and history as well.
OK. Weakest?
Probably food and drink. I love eating and drinking, but I'm not really up on what goes into it.
OK. Good to have you with us. Sandra, welcome. You're retired now, but retired people are always very busy, aren't they?
I'm very, very busy. I'm very busy. I don't have a second, to be honest.
I'm glad you can spare the time to join us.
Thank you.
What are you doing then when you're not here on Think Tank?
Zumba. I'm out ballroom and Latin dancing, which I absolutely love.
Travelling, do you do much of that now?
I do loads of travelling. I go to India, I've been to Kenya, Egypt, Tunisia, most of Europe. I mean, I've done loads of it.
Jackie, you spent a bit of time in Tunisia, didn't you?
I haven't spent a bit of time in Tunisia. I got off the boat and got back on. But every time I book to go to India, something's happened and we haven't gone. I'm destined never to go, but I have travelled extensively and all over the world.
You must do India. It's absolutely fantastic.
What's your weakest subject?
Films, especially the newer films, pop music. Hopeless, absolutely hopeless on.
Well, we've got help for you. Peter's all over cinema, especially the newer films. And Anisha, you're right on pop, aren't you?
Yeah, lots of pop, R&B, hip-hop, grime.
Oh,
Grime.
wow.
Yeah, especially the grime. OK. Welcome to all three
Thank
of you.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now, over 3 rounds, our contestants will try to tap into the think tank's knowledge to build up as much money as possible. Don't forget, the tank has tried to answer all the questions to the best of its ability, right or wrong. The 2 highest scorers go through to the final. Ultimately, just one will walk away with a cash prize. So let's play the first round. In this round, I'm going to ask you a question, and then every member of the think tank will reveal the answer they gave before the show. The right answer is always there somewhere. Also, any number of mistakes in there too. So pick out the correct answer. £200 will be added to your prize fund. 2 questions each. Sarah, you're up first.
Okay.
Here's a question we asked the think tank. In the traditional fairy story Sleeping Beauty, the title character falls asleep when she pricks her finger on what? Have a look at that while we see what the think tank thought. Starting with Mark.
Rose.
Spinning wheel.
Rose.
Rose.
Sewing needle.
Spinning wheel.
Spinning wheel.
Spinning wheel.
Well, spinning wheel is chosen by half of the think tank, but some other sharp objects in there as well. What do you
Yes,
think?
I see. I would have been really confident in this before. To be honest, my answer that I would have had in my head would actually have been a spindle. I'm in two minds. I don't know whether to go for spinning wheel or go for sewing needle, because I suppose there's much of a muchness there. I think I'm just going to plump for spinning wheel.
Spinning wheel?
Yes.
OK. In the traditional fairy story Sleeping Beauty, the title character falls asleep when she pricks her finger on what? You say spinning wheel. Let's see if you're right. It was a spinning wheel. Well done. And indeed, it was the spindle on the spinning wheel.
Just being too
She
specific.
pricked her finger on. No, you're absolutely right. Well done, you. £200 to you,
Excellent.
Sarah.
Thank you.
And we move on to Sean. You've seen how it works, so let's see your question. Who plays Mick Carter, the landlord of the Queen Vic, in the soap EastEnders? Here's what the think tank thought of that.
Danny Dyer.
Shane Ritchie.
Bradley Walsh.
Shane Ritchie.
Ross Kemp.
Danny Dyer.
Danny Dyer.
Danny Dyer.
Danny Dyer, a popular choice there, chosen by half of the think tank. Doesn't make it right necessarily. What do you think?
Yeah, it's quite a lucky question for me. I'm not a fan of EastEnders, but my wife certainly is, so I have seen the show. I think I can discount Ross Kemp. I think he plays one of the Mitchell brothers, and I'm sure Bradley Walsh was in a different soap. I'm pretty certain the answer is Danny Dyer.
Danny Dyer's your answer. OK. Who plays Mick Carter, landlord of the Queen Vic, in the soap EastEnders? You say it's Danny Dyer. Let's see if you're right. Danny Dyer it is. Well done. He won the Best Serial Drama Performance Award in the 2015 National Television Awards. So, well done to you, Sean. £200 is added to your prize fund. And we come to Sandra. By what name are newly born sharks known? Here's what the think tank made of that. Mark.
Calves.
Kittens.
Pups.
Pups.
Sharklings.
Pups.
Pups.
Scary.
Some interesting choices again there. What do you think?
Right, well, I definitely don't think it's scary. I mean, they are scary, but I don't think in this case they're scary. Calves, I'm absolutely positive it's not. Sharklings, no, I've never heard of that one before. I think it's pups. I think the answer is pups.
Pups?
Yeah.
OK. By what name are newly born sharks known? Your answer is pups. Let's see if you're right. Well done. So, Anisha, if baby sharks are known as scary, they'd have to be known as posh, sporty, and ginger as well, wouldn't
Yeah,
it? OK.
definitely.
All right. Okay. Well done, Sandra. £200 for you. And we come back to Sarah for her second question. The Wife of Bath and the Summoner are characters in which early work of literature?
Okay.
What did the think tank write down for this?
Canterbury Tales.
Jane Austen.
A Midsummer Night's Dream.
Far from the madding crowd.
Canterbury Tales.
Henry VI.
Canterbury Tales.
The Lady of Shalott.
Well, a fair old spread of tales to choose from. What do you think, Sarah?
Well, it's the sort of question I'm not too great with, but when it comes to the think tankers, especially literature-style questions, I definitely think Max knows what he's talking about. So I'm going to plump and hope that you've not let me down this time, and there's a couple of answers that match. So I'm going to say the Canterbury Tales.
Canterbury Tales. The Wife of Bath and the Summoner are characters in which early work of literature? You say it's the Canterbury Tales. Let's see if you've chosen correctly.
Yeah.
Well done, Canterbury Tales it is. By Geoffrey Chaucer. Presumably, Max, you must have read it at least once.
Oh, well, I've actually just finished reading it for the second time for my book club, and we even went to the pub next door to where apparently he himself started off when he started writing the book.
Well, there you go. Very good judgment, Sarah. £200 to you. Sean, here's your second question. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles' names are Donatello, Raphael, Leonardo, and which other? Have a look at what the think tank chose here.
Galileo.
Michelangelo.
Paolo.
Fred. Michelangelo.
DiCaprio.
Michelangelo.
Michelangelo.
Michelangelo's a popular choice there, but there are a couple of other names you can choose from as well.
Yeah, I think the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, I think they were all named after painters, so I think I can discount Fred and DiCaprio. I'm pretty certain that Michelangelo is the right answer.
Michelangelo. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles' names, Donatello, Raphael, Leonardo, and which other? You're saying Michelangelo. Let's see if you're right. It was indeed Michelangelo. Well done. All named after Renaissance artists. And Diane, DiCaprio was just too tempting.
It was, and I thought, you know, if they've got a Leonardo, they could have had a DiCaprio.
OK. £200 to you, Sean. Well done. Sandra, here's your second question. Which Italian word for stained means an espresso coffee with a dash of hot, foamed milk? So what did the think tank brew up here? Mark.
Macchiato.
Cappuccino.
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 Macchiato.
Venti.
Mocha.
Cappuccino.
All hot beverages, but you need to choose the right one.
Right. Well, I'm not a great coffee drinker. I must admit, I'm more of a tea drinker, so I know more about tea. I don't think, Diane, it's venti. I think, I know with the milk, you put the coffee and then the milk with the cappuccino, so I'm going to go with cappuccino.
Cappuccino?
Yes.
Which Italian word for stained means an espresso coffee with a dash of hot, foamed milk? You're saying cappuccino. Let's see if you're right. It's macchiato.
Oh, goodness me. Yeah. I said I didn't know about coffee.
Armanelle and Mark got that right. You big coffee drinker, Armanelle?
Yes, but I like it black. I don't allow milk anywhere near my coffee.
Mark, can you explain the difference between a macchiato and a cappuccino?
Pretty much the same, but a macchiato is smaller.
OK, good. All right, nothing for you there, Sandra, I'm afraid. That brings us to the end of the first round, so let's see how you're all doing. Sandra's on £200 in the lead and tied in first place on £400, Sarah and Sean. Everything's still to play for. In our next round, every member of the think tank is holding 2 questions, which they answered correctly before the show. So you're going to take it in turns to pick someone from the think tank whose knowledge you think you can match, and for every correct answer, another £200 is added to your prize fund. The range of questions reflects their varied interests and knowledge. Once a think tanker has asked both of their questions, they can't be picked again. Sarah, you get to go first. Every last one of them to choose from. Who's on your line, if you like?
I'm not too sure. There's a couple I would perhaps like to choose from. Armanelle, as a fellow teacher, I feel like I should go towards you, but I'm also terrified that you're far more intelligent than I am. I think for question number 1, I would like to ask Anisha, please.
Office Assistant Anisha.
Okay, so are you a fan of films?
Yes.
Yeah, so this is like a cult film in my house, and me and my mum always try to recreate the Last Dance scene at our family parties.
Okay.
So this is the Dirty Dancing question.
Right.
I can't lift up my mum. So the question is, Frances Houseman, Jennifer Grey's character in the 1987 film Dirty Dancing, is known by which nickname?
Jennifer Grey's character, Frances Houseman, known by which nickname in Dirty Dancing?
OK, I think there's a very famous line in that, so I'm going to say her nickname is Baby.
Baby?
It is indeed Baby. Well done.
Well done. And the famous line is?
Nobody puts Baby in the corner.
Yes. Why don't they put Baby in the corner? Why shouldn't they put Baby in the corner?
Because she's too epic to be in the corner.
OK.
Yeah.
Good. All right, £200 for you, Sarah.
Thank you.
Well done. Sean, you're up next. Everybody's still available.
Yep. You said at the start that Peter was a man for film, so he might have similar interests to me, so I'll go for Peter, please.
Peter.
OK, your choice right. It's a film question. OK, my question for you. Which character in The Wizard of Oz wanted courage?
Character in The Wizard of Oz that wanted courage.
I think it was the lion. I think he was called the Cowardly Lion, so he wanted to be brave. So it was the lion that wanted the courage.
The lion?
Grr, you're right.
The Scarecrow, the trio wanted a brain, and the Tin Man wanted a heart. Sean, £200 added to your running total. Sandra, your turn now. Who do you want to go with?
Okay. I think I'm going to go with Max, please.
Well, sorry to lead you astray here, Sandra. Whilst I did study literature at university, I did also, in a slightly misguided attempt to broaden my horizons, take a module in contemporary Chinese politics.
Oh, my goodness.
Hopefully it's not too difficult for you. Who was the leader of the Chinese Communist Party at the time of the Cultural Revolution in the 1960s?
The leader of the Chinese Communist Party during the Cultural Revolution.
Wasn't Chairman Mao? Chairman Mao?
Chairman Mao?
It was the great helmsman himself, Mao Zedong. Well done.
And he was leader of the Communist Party from 1935 until his death. £200 for you, Sandra. Well done. And we come back to you, Sarah. Still anybody to choose from?
This time, I think I'd like to ask Mark.
Mark.
My question is, what small town in the Scottish borders gives its name to a regiment of the British Army?
The small town in the Scottish borders that gives its name to a regiment in the British Army.
Oh, I should know this as well. I had a couple of years working down in Stranraer, so I've been quite close to the borders. Gosh, what can I... Right, well, it's not going to be Stranraer. Let me see. I will say... Because that's where I was, I'm going to just say Portpatrick. I know it's wrong, but I'll say Portpatrick, yeah.
OK. Portpatrick?
Yeah, unlucky, it's a tough one. It's a Coldstream Guards.
Coldstream. The oldest regiment in the regular army in continuous active service. Originated in Coldstream in 1650. So nothing for you there, I'm afraid. And Sean, we come to you. Still anybody from the 8 you can have.
Again, I was thinking, Mark, that was quite a difficult question, so I'll maybe give you a skip if you don't mind, Mark. I think Diane could be a similar generation to me, so I'll go for Diane, please.
Absolutely. What does the second P stand for in the financial abbreviation PPI?
The second P in the abbreviation PPI.
Again, it's a lucky question for me. I probably, like everyone else, have had all the phone calls from the various companies trying to get me to look into this. I believe it stands for Payment Protection Insurance, so I think the second word's protection.
Protection?
Absolutely spot on. Yeah.
Well done. £200 for Sean there. And Sandra, your second question. Still anybody there you can ask.
I think I'm going to go for Len, please.
Oh, well, I'm sure you'll like this one. A famous bronze statue of which charging animal stands at the Bowling Green Park in Lower Manhattan?
The famous bronze statue of which charging animal at Bowling Green Park?
My goodness, which charging animal? Anything that charges is like a bull, so all I can guess at is a bull, because that's a charging animal.
Bull?
Yes.
You're charging on to the right answer.
Well done. Sandra, £200 for you. Sarah, we come back to you for your third question.
OK, I think I'm going to ask Jackie. That's my question, thank you.
I knew the answer to this question because I'm quite keen on politics and local politics.
OK.
Some would say keen, some would say meddling, but I am quite keen on it. So the question is, what name is normally given to the contest for an MP seat that is held between general elections?
I'm doing a really bad job at picking questions here that are not suitable for me at all. I'm just having a blank here again as well. Oh, my goodness. What might it be? General elections. I'll just have to say it. A midterm.
Midterm?
Yeah.
Midterm?
You'll kick yourself because you'll know it. It's not midterm, it's by-election.
Oh,
By-election.
I couldn't get that out. Oh, I'm so sorry.
And they're known as special elections in the USA, but by-elections here in Britain. OK. Nothing for you there, Sarah, I'm afraid. Sean, we come to you again, and you can still choose the entire field.
Yeah, I think everyone's been maybe avoiding Armanelle because we're worried about her question, so I think I'll give Armanelle a try, please.
OK, brave man, let's hope that you can answer this question. It is a science question, but You might know it anyway. Which substance is classified as the highest on the Mohs scale of hardness?
Well, I'm not really a scientist particularly. It sounds like more a chemistry sort of field, which is definitely not my field. I would guess, I know diamond's a hard substance, so I'll guess diamond.
Diamond?
Brilliant guess.
Well done.
Well done.
And what's at the other end of the scale, do you know?
Oh, it might be something like talc, I'm not sure.
It certainly is. It's talc. Well done. And Sarah, you nodding your head there when you heard that question. Did you know the answer? Oh, well. It's luck of the draw somewhere.
Yeah.
Sean, £200 for you. Sandra, we come to you for your next question. And still just about choose anybody you like.
OK. I've been looking around. I think Peter. I'll choose Peter.
Pizza waiter, Peter.
OK, yeah, this is a really good and nice question for you. The White Cliffs of Dover are composite mainly of which type of rock?
The White Cliffs of Dover are composed mainly of which type of rock?
Well, actually, I'm from Kent, so I think it should be chalk.
You come very quickly to that answer.
Should be chalk.
She's correct.
Well done. £200 for you, Sandra. Well done. That brings us to the end of that round. So let's see how you're all getting on now. Currently, Sarah is on £600. Sandra has £800 in her prize fund, but in the lead with £1,000, it's Sean. So one of you is going to have to leave the game soon, but there's still one last chance for you to take the lead, and you can easily catch up, Sarah. All of you are now going to be asked the same question. Two members of the think tank will then tell you the answer they gave before the show and their reasons for it. Only one of them will have the correct answer. If you side with the right person, you'll add an all-important £200 to your prize fund. Just 5 questions, though, left before we do have to say goodbye to one of you. Choose your answers carefully. And here is the first question. What was the UK's most commonly chosen A-level subject in 2015? Answers coming up from Max and Anisha. Max.
Well, I don't know whether you'll have noticed, but there's been a real vogue amongst educational governmental ministers in pushing the STEM subjects, so science, technology, engineering and, crucially, maths. And I thought that the most commonly taken A-level subject as a result of that would have been maths, as, you know, it tends to be seen as one that people have had a bit of a grounding in already in primary education and in GCSE, what with it being a compulsory subject. So I thought, naturally, it would be the one to progress into in A-level.
Anisha?
So I went for the opposite reason. So when you're in secondary school, you have to do maths, English and science. So when you go to college, why do you want to do that? So obviously you go for something different. So I chose media studies because I think a lot of people just think that you just get to sit around and watch films all day. So I went for media studies.
All right, Max says maths. Anisha says media studies. Who's right? Lock in your answers, please. Which subjects have you come up with? Well, Sarah says media studies. Sean and Sandra have chosen maths. Who's right? It's maths. Well done. Well done, Max. What did you study at A-level?
I did English, unsurprisingly, history, philosophy, and then, as a bit of a treat, drama and theatre studies.
Anisha, what did you do?
Media studies.
And did you sit around and watch a lot of films?
We actually did watch quite a lot of films, hence why I chose it.
OK. Well done to Sean and Sandra. £200 to you. Here's your next question. Which Asian country has the highest number of mobile phone users? Mark and Peter now with this one. Mark.
China has the highest population in the world by quite a considerable amount. Second highest population is India. India, actually, I think, is a much more urban population, a little bit more technologically advanced. So I went for India.
Peter?
I went for China because it's a massive population. They all like their gadgets. So, China.
Mark says India. Peter says China. Which country are you going to choose, contestants? And what do you say? Sarah says China. Sean and Sandra say India. Who's right? It is China. China has an estimated 1.3 billion mobile phone users. India was second with 944 million. Sarah, well done. £200 to you. And we move on to question number 3. From 1997 to 2016, which Premier League football club has had the fewest managers? Armanel and Diane taking this one on. Armanel?
Well, I said Manchester United, and I do get the odd football question right because I have 4 sons, and the oldest of them works for the FA, so I have had to listen to quite a lot of football talk. And I do know that for a long time, Sir Alex Ferguson was in charge of Manchester United. I do know that they've also had quite a few changes of managers since then, but so many Premier League football clubs change their managers at an amazingly frequent rate that I thought that Manchester United probably had the fewest since.
Diane?
I said it's Arsenal. Having been an Arsenal supporter since 1996, and they've only had the one manager, who is Arsene Wenger, I say it's Arsenal. Believe me, I'm a gooner.
All right. Armnell says Man United. Diane says Arsenal. Which one of the two is it, contestants? Lock in your answers. Sarah and Sandra say it's Arsenal. Sean's gone with Manchester United. Who's right? Arsenal is correct. You're right, Diane. It was just Arsene Wenger from 1996 to 2016.
Yeah.
£200 to Sarah and Sandra. And we come to the next question. Which former member of One Direction became father to a baby boy called Freddie in January 2016? Jackie and Max taking this one on. Jackie?
Well, I can remember this. I can remember reading about it, and I think it's Harry Styles. And I think when it happened, I think there were quite a few women that were, well, girls, let's say girls and young women, that were quite devastated. I wasn't, because I've got my David Holland. I'm not bothered about Harry Styles. But I think it was Harry Styles.
OK, Max?
Well, my answer was Louis Tomlinson, and I think he had his baby, little baby Freddie, yes, at the beginning of 2016.
All right, Jackie is going for Harry Styles. Max says it's Louis Tomlinson. Contestants, lock in your answers. All 3 of you have gone with Louis Tomlinson. Let's see if you're right. Louis Tomlinson it is. £200 to all of you. Then we come to our final question in this round. Which letter represents the highest council tax band in the UK? Diane and Len. Would you have a go at this, please? Diane.
I said it's Band A, and the reason that I said it's A is that everything that you have to apply for proof of address, they want to see your council tax demand as proof that you are who you say you are and you live where you say you do. And I said that the highest is A.
Len.
Well, I wish I was in A, because A is the lowest band of all. H is the number. There are 8 actual bands, and H is the highest band.
OK. Diane says A. Len says H. Choose one end or the other, contestants. You've all gone with H. Let's see if you're right. H is the right answer. Well done. Band H is for houses that are worth over £320,000. So that's £200 for each of you there. Well done. So that brings us to the end of the main game. Let's have a look at your totals. In the lead with £1,600 are Sean and Sandra. £1,400 just behind them is Sarah. So we have to say goodbye to you, Sarah. But thanks very much for playing. I hope you've enjoyed it.
Oh, it's been great. Yes, thank you.
Good. Well done, Sean and Sandra. You two will now compete to take home the money you've earned in our final. Well done, you two. It's very unusual to have 2 contestants scoring £1,600, so well done to both of you. And Sarah was just behind you, so you've all done very well so far. Sean, if you were to win, what would you spend the money on?
Well, my wife's been studying for a social work degree for the last few years, and we were promising the kids we'd take them to Disneyland as a treat once she qualified, so she's just due to qualify later this year, so I put the money towards a holiday for the family.
That'd be very nice. And Sandra?
Well, I would like to use the money to go to Australia. I last saw my uncle back in 1975, and I've been in correspondence with my cousin since I was tiny, so I'd really like to go to Australia and Sydney and see them.
Gosh, you
really
haven't seen your... So that's 40-odd years?
Yep,
You haven't seen your
my son was just born, and they came over from Australia to see us, and I would really love to go back to see them.
OK. Well, good luck to both of you. Our final is a general knowledge battle. I'm going to ask you 5 questions each. Whoever gives the most correct answers takes home the money that they've built up so far. You're not on your own, because the think tankers are still here to help you if they can. You can choose someone to consult with before you answer the questions. Each member, though, can only be picked once this time round. And the difference in the final compared to the rest of the show is that they haven't seen any of these questions before either, so just as much in the dark as you. OK? Let's get to the finals then. So, Sean, we'll start with you. Here's your first question. Which actress played the role of Raquel Wolstenholme in Coronation Street? Corrie question. Who would you like to go with on that one?
I think Jackie. I think you strike me as someone who maybe watches the soaps. I've got an idea. I know I can't think of a name, but...
I don't actually watch the soaps, any of them, but I do think I know the answer to this question. Trying to think of her name. She's done some more serious acting.
Yeah, she was in a police drama.
Yeah, and very good she was as well in there. Have you come up with the name yourself?
I'm trying to think. Is it Sarah Lancashire?
Yes,
something like that.
That's exactly.
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
Yeah, I'll go for Sarah Lancashire.
Sarah Lancashire.
Please.
OK. Which actress played the role of Raquel Wolstenholme in Coronation Street? You're saying it's Sarah Lancashire. Let's see if you're right. It is Sarah Lancashire. Well done. In Coronation Street, she worked in the supermarket and the Rover's Return and had relationships with Curly Watts and Des Barnes. So there you go. So well done, Sean. You're off the mark. And Sandra, here's your first question. Which football manager was the principal character in the book The Damned United?
Oh, dear.
It's a sporty literature question for you. Who would you like to choose?
Very sporty. Let me see who I can use. Diane seemed quite sporty, so I think I shall choose Diane, please.
For some reason, I didn't think it was Alex Ferguson, and I didn't think that it was Manchester United. And for some reason, I was thinking that it was Leeds United. I don't know why that's in my mind. Who was the football manager for Leeds United?
I know very few football managers. All I know is the old ones, like Bill Shankly, Arsene Wenger.
No, he's Arsenal.
That's Arsenal, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't really know many managers.
Just trying to think of managers, because Moyes was Everton, Wenger, Arsenal. Say Alex Ferguson. I don't think it's him. I can't think of his name, and I'm really
OK, no problem. We'll go for Alex Ferguson.
OK.
Alex Ferguson?
Yeah.
Which football manager was the principal character in the book The Damned United? You're saying Alex Ferguson. Let's see if you've chosen the right person. It was Brian Clough.
Oh, OK.
Long way back, long way back. It's a book about his time at Derby County and his short-lived tenure at Leeds United. I think it was, what, 44 days, something like that.
Leeds United.
You did, but you were decades away. That was the trouble. Sorry, Sandra, nothing for you there. So it's still 1-0 to Sean. Here's your second question. Which African country that became independent in 1847 takes its name from the Latin for free? Who could help you here?
Well, it's a difficult one for me because it's a geography question. I think I'll go to Armanel for some help here, please.
I'm feeling very happy that you've come to me. Do you have any idea?
I don't have any idea at all, no.
It's Liberia, as in liberation. Free.
Of course, yeah.
Free. I'm sure it's Liberia. Trust me.
No, as I say, I don't have a clue, so I'll go with Armanel and Liberia, please.
Liberia. Which African country that became independent in 1847 takes its name from the Latin for free? You're saying Liberia. Let's see if you're right. Liberia it was indeed. And it was originally established as a home for freed slaves. 2-0 to you, Sean. Sandra, you can still catch up, though. Here's your second question. Which MP famously punched a man who threw an egg at him while campaigning in Rhyl in North Wales in 2001? Who do you want to go for?
OK. Well, I feel that Max will probably know this one.
Yes, I mean, it's definitely one of those instances that sticks in people's minds, doesn't it? I mean, he's quite a pugnacious character, isn't he? Did you have an initial thought?
I can picture him, but I can't think of his name.
He's, I think, he's now Lord Prescott, I think, isn't he? John Prescott.
That's the one.
Is the one I'm thinking of as well. But, I mean, if you're happy with it, we could probably say John Prescott.
And I say John Prescott.
John Prescott.
Yes.
Which MP famously punched a man who threw an egg at him while campaigning in Rhyl in North Wales in 2001? You're saying it's John Prescott. Let's see if you've chosen correctly. John Prescott it is indeed. Up to that point, he'd been known as Two Jags Prescott, and after that, he was known as Two Jabs. OK. 2-1 to Sean. Your third question coming up. Which TV drama, first shown in 2013, starred Olivia Colman and David Tennant as police detectives? Half of the think tank still to choose from.
Yeah, I think I know this answer, but I'll maybe just discuss one in the think tank. I think I'll go for Peter. I know he's a TV and film man.
Oh, I'm afraid I don't really own a TV. I've only recently acquired one. Have you seen it at all?
Yeah, I think it was called Broadchurch.
That sounds quite right, actually.
It's terrible. As a policeman, I tend not to watch the police dramas, but I have heard of this one. It was quite famous at the time, so I'll go for Broadchurch, please.
Broadchurch. Which TV drama, first shown in 2013, starred Olivia Colman and David Tennant as police detectives? You're saying it's Broadchurch? Are you right? Broadchurch it was indeed. It was a hugely popular whodunit set on the coast of Dorset. Well done, Sean. It's 3-1 to you. Sandra, here is your third question. The writer Edgar Rice Burroughs wrote more than 20 books featuring which famous fictional character? You have just Mark, Len or Anisha to help you here.
Well, I think, then, this occasion, I think Len will be the one to ask.
Should have asked Mark, I think. so have you got any ideas at all?
Yes, I know the answer.
You know the answer. Go on, I'll leave it with you.
Well, I think I know the answer.
Go on, and what do you say?
I think it's Tarzan.
Tarzan.
Tarzan's what you want to go with?
Yes, I'll go with Tarzan.
The writer Edgar Rice Burroughs wrote more than 20 books featuring which famous fictional character? You're saying it's Tarzan. Let's see if you're right. Tarzan it was. Tarzan was originally the shipwrecked orphan son of the Earl of Greystoke. OK. So, well done, Sandra. 3-2 to Sean. Your next question, Sean, coming up. Lytham St Anne's is a town in which English county? Mark or Anisha here to help you?
I'll go for Mark, please. I've got an idea, but it'd be good to discuss it with someone. I think it's somewhere near Blackpool, so I think it's Lancashire, but...
Yep, that would be my guess. They play the golf there. It's one of the destinations for the Open, so, yeah, Lancashire, I'd say.
Yeah, I'll go with Lancashire, please, Bill.
Lancashire. Lytham St Anne's is a town in which English county? You're saying Lancashire. Let's see if you've chosen the right place. You have indeed. Lancashire's the right answer. OK, Sandra. You are 4-2 down, but you're still in it. Here's your fourth question. The Best Exotic Marigold Hotel and its sequel are largely set in which country? Anisha is here to help you.
I thought it was India. What was your thoughts?
India.
Yeah.
India,
Because they have a
yes.
film on it as well, don't they?
Yes, I've actually seen both the films, actually. Yes.
Yeah.
The answer's India.
India's your answer?
Yes.
OK, you do have to get this one right to stay in the competition.
Yep.
The Best Exotic Marigold Hotel and its sequel are largely set in which country? You're saying India. This to stay in the competition. India is the correct answer. Based on an original novel called These Foolish Things by Deborah Mogash. OK, Sean, your fifth question coming up, and if you get this one right, you will be today's winner. You both used up all the think tankers, so from here on in, you're on your own. All right? Here we go. Mozambique has a coastline on which body of water?
It's a geography question again, so it's a difficult one. I've got to be honest, I don't really know. It's possibly the Indian Ocean. I think I'll go for the Indian Ocean. I'm just not sure.
You're saying Indian Ocean?
Yeah, it's either the Indian or the Pacific. Maybe it's certainly in that part of the world, but I'll go for the Indian Ocean.
Indian Ocean. Mozambique has a coastline on which body of water? You're saying Indian Ocean. If you get this right, you will be today's winner. Let's see if you are. Indian Ocean is correct. Congratulations, Sean. You are today's winner. Well done. Well, hardline, Sandra, did you know the answer to that one?
I didn't know the answer,
Okay.
no. I didn't.
All right.
I would have guessed that, but I didn't know the answer.
So I'm afraid you're not taking anything home, apart from some wonderful memories, I hope, of having
Thank
competed
you.
so well.
It's been
Thanks very
lovely.
much
Thank
for
you
playing.
very much. Thank you.
Sean is our winner. You're definitely taking home your prize of £1,600, and you'll shortly have the chance to add an extra £1,000 to your winnings. First, though, shall we take a moment to congratulate the think tanker who gave the most correct answers during the show, and it was Max. Well done, Max. So, Sean, you have one last chance to boost your prize as you attempt our question impossible. So, Sean, you're on £1,600. That extra 1,000 would take you to 2,600, which would get you on that trip with the family to Disneyland.
It'd certainly go a long way towards it.
How many people have you got to take with you?
Well, there'll be 6 of us because I've got 4 children plus me and my wife. So.
And how old are the children?
My oldest's 15, then I've got another boy who's 12, another boy of 8, and then my little girl's 7. She's the baby of the family.
OK, well, they have been an expensive bunch to take, but actually we have a sort of Disney child of a sort. Well, manqué, as they would say, because Max, you were nearly there in a Disney movie, weren't you?
Very nearly there. I got down to the final 10 for a part in one of the Chronicles of Narnia films, but thank goodness I didn't get it because I came to a much better fantasy land, the land of Think Tank.
OK. You ready, then, for your question impossible?
Indeed,
the toughest question of the whole show, because no one in the think tank got it right earlier. If you can achieve what none of them could and give us a correct answer, that extra £1,000 will be yours, OK? Let's take a look, then, at your question impossible. Where would the Cassini division be found? Have a think about that, and we'll give you a little bit of help. We're going to show you the answers that the think tank gave, which are all wrong, OK? And this will rule some things out. So here's what they came up with. Italy, the Russian army, the brain, football, the Pacific Ocean, the Earth's crust, rugby league, and Cassini. So 8 things you can rule out. Sort of pretty varied range, really, isn't it? But anyway, those are 8 answers which are not correct. So what do you think the answer might be?
I've got to say I'm struggling. So I thought Italy as well, like Mark, because I know there was a battle in World War II at a place called, I think it was Cassini, in Italy. It's a really difficult one. Don't really have a lot of ideas, to be honest. I'm going to say France. I really don't know.
France?
France. I'll go for France.
OK. Where would the Cassini division be found? Your answer is France. This for an extra £1,000, which would take your winnings to £2,600 and help get your family to Disneyland.
Indeed.
Let's see if you're right. It's space.
I should have known that.
They're a gap in the rings of Saturn. Oh, right. So a long way away. Why do you think you should have known that?
Well, I have a lot of interest. Like I say, I'm a bit of a sci-fi buff. I have a lot of interest in space. When you say Cassini, I think it was a probe called Cassini that was sent to examine the rings of Saturn. So it made sense.
So you
when
had it in there.
Yeah.
You did have it in there. I think you may have been distracted by Monte Cassino, which was the battle in Italy.
That was exactly what I was thinking of, yeah.
Well, thanks very much for playing. You didn't quite conquer the question impossible. Still leaving with £1,600. So with a bit of luck, that'll go some way towards getting the family to Disneyland. Thanks very much, Sean.
No problem. Thank you.
Thanks for watching. Join us next time when 3 more contestants will see whether they can bank on the think tank. Until then, it is goodbye from them.
Bye.
And it's goodbye from me. Bye-bye.